Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.
So moved with the change.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye. Oh, yeah, we don't do that, do
We
we?
don't have to right now till
Yeah.
then we do, but right now we're good. I'd like to open up public comment. Is there any public comment, Hannah?
Nobody with their hands up.
Approval of minutes. Minutes, January 12th, 2023, special select board meeting.
So moved.
Second it.
Any discussion, corrections, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of January 12th, 23, select board meeting.
So moved.
Second it.
Any corrections, questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of January 17th, 2023, special select board meeting.
So moved.
Second it.
Questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry, my Bob is in this way in.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
welcome aboard.
Sorry about that. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it, but thank you.
Well, that just throws away our quick votes, Bob.
We're on to warrants now.
We're on the warrants, Bob. We added an agenda item, Bob, under correspondence, land management and recreation plan, and Rebecca will be in for that as well. Just so you know.
Okay.
Warrants, accounts payable, 1/20/23, $16,902.47.
So moved.
Second it.
Any corrections, questions? All those in favor, Angie?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Accounts payable, 1/27, $28,476.30.
So moved.
Second it.
Corrections, questions? All those in favor, Angie?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Payroll, 1/20/23, $10,115.50.
So moved.
Second it.
Any questions, comments, corrections? All those in favor, Angie?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Payroll, 1/27, $12,741.83.
So moved.
Second it.
Questions, corrections, comments? All those in favor, Angie?
Aye.
Bob, Jamie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Right on to correspondence.
Okay, this is from Walt Klinger. He's our BCRC delegate. Gentlemen and ladies, on Thursday, 19th of January, 2023, I attended a regular meeting of the Bennington County Regional Commission, BCRC. The focus of the meeting was on achieving healthcare equity and related services in Bennington County. Ms. Megan Harrington, District Director, the Vermont Department of Health's local Bennington office, gave a presentation of services available in the new direction of BDH post-pandemic. An important piece of the work is matching residents who may not have financial means to healthcare providers and services such as immunizations and physical exams for students and their families. Many family-focused services and referrals are available through the Bennington Office of Local Health. Ms. Callie Fishburne of BCRC went over using the planning toolkit for the Vermont Community Health Equity Partnership. This is an online program that can be used by local health officers in addressing community health needs. Other staff presented information about health equity programs for homelessness and in particular, homeless students and young people. A host of services, housing, counseling, job opportunities, etc., are available and being developed by the Greater Bennington Community Services to meet these critical and underserved needs. These various programs and resources may be of use in assisting underserved and economically disadvantaged Pownal residents in getting needed health care.
So did I hear something that there was in there that could help the health officer?
Yes,
Should we forward that to Fred?
I will. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Any comments on the correspondence questions? Is that the only one you had? Okay, right into land management recreation plan. Is Rebecca in, Hannah? You want to start that, Rebecca, or you want me to?
Well, sure, I can talk about it. So, as you know, we've been doing all of these finaglings, getting funding for various projects, land procurement, and also the VOREC grant. And throughout all of this work, we have realized that both our land management plan for the Strobridge Recreation Area is very outdated. I believe it's from 2004, if anyone knows. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter the specific year, it's outdated. And we don't have a specific recreation plan official, from what I understand. And it has been suggested to us that we begin to do that work. It would be a long process. We definitely want to include some boards and commissions, and we'd want to include citizen input over a period of time. But what creating these plans would do for us is it would give us the documentation that we need to be able to go to funders, these larger funders like the VOREC grant, the VHCB grant, and be able to get more funds for further infrastructure and development. And if we don't have an updated recreation plan, we're not going to be looked at as favorably. So Mike and I have been talking, and I am offering and wanting to, if you'd like, I can start kind of spearheading, rewriting that land management plan, and also getting Parks and Rec on board for a recreation plan, and just to start looking at that and seeing what the process might entail. And I can probably come back to you in a couple of weeks and say, hey, this is what we need to do.
Sounds good to do a preliminary.
What's that, Jamie?
I said it sounds good to have Rebecca start a preliminary on that.
Yeah, we need to get it started.
And
So first and foremost, I want to announce that we were awarded the VHCB grant today.
nice.
Oh, I forgot the good news.
That's right. That's all right. That's all right. So this is just one of the next steps in some more available funding for the piece of property and other pieces of property in town. I think we're missing some of the, we're missing some other pieces that the town owns. We've been focusing on this 750 plus or minus acres. We now own a piece on South Stream Road. So I think we need to make sure that we include all of our town assets in this recreation and management plan. There's a piece on Swallow Hill. There's just a bunch of pieces we've been focusing on, at least I have been focusing on one spot that was there.
That's the one that community members have mentioned to me most before.
Well, it's the one that sticks out in your face, and it's the one that's been, there for a long time.
You're right.
I'd also like to say part of that, what I really want to emphasize is that, for instance, the VOREC grant was for hundreds of thousands of dollars. This VHCB grant is for $265,000. These are not little grants.
Right.
And if we want to continue qualifying for funding at that level, which certainly helps the work that we do in town, we have to have these plans in order. And so I certainly have an idea of what needs to happen to make that happen. And I'm happy to kind of be an organizing force on that. I definitely see utilizing some boards and commissions for certain aspects of it and having a couple public hearings, things like that. But again, just the preliminary looking at it, I can talk to the BCRC as well. And come back in maybe 3-4 weeks and say, here's a path forward for these, and here's a good timeline for this.
Right, and it's like I said, I think I just want to make sure we don't focus, get our tunnel vision, so to speak, on the one piece. Because I think the piece on South Stream Road, if I remember, is like 450 something acres, maybe.
Yeah, so.
I don't remember, but it's a pretty significant piece over there.
Yep.
It's, that's now in forest, and I've heard a few complaints about, some access and some different things. So nothing crazy, but from abutting landowners. So I think due diligence on everything that we own, not just tunnel vision on the one that we're focusing on. But like I said, we were awarded the $265,000 today, and we met this morning with VHCB. Briefly, it was probably 10 minutes, I guess, I don't know, but we had, I don't know if we had any questions. I think it was more comments, right, Rebecca?
No, and we actually got to watch several presentations. We were not first in line. And we were the only one that we got a lot of like accolades. They're very excited to come down to our part of the state and do some work here and to throw some resources our way. So I just would love to keep up that momentum.
Yeah, we have it. We have that momentum right now.
Nice to hear.
It was pretty refreshing, it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to anybody. We've got a lot of time and effort into this, all of us. And even the board, a lot of our executive sessions have been on this, on this project, so back and forth. So I'd like to thank the board for all the support that we've had for sure on this whole entire project. Thank Tara and Hannah for everything they put in, Rebecca, everybody involved. So do we need a vote to work on this? I don't think we really need a vote to start this process.
Just give her
Just a blessing, so to speak, on this process. We're definitely going to require some votes later on, that's for sure. In the not too distant future. There's still a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, there will be things that we're going to be coming to you to make decisions on for sure. If you would like to give me that blessing, I would like you to also give me the blessing to utilize Hannah occasionally on this. Has the part of the brain that I'm missing, which is deep organization, and she's very good at putting information together in a really cogent way. So if I could have some of her help, I don't want to ask for that from her without your go ahead.
You feel that's all right?
Yeah, I think Tara's got enough on her plate to.
I don't want to burden Tara. Tara is.
I do want to, and I thought about this. I definitely want Tara in the loop about what's going on in her position as the executive assistant.
Oh, of course.
So, and I definitely want her input on a lot of stuff as well as the board. So I think Hannah can be our administrative assistant part on this as her job, but I definitely want you in the loop on what's going on.
Well, the three of us can meet and kind of troubleshoot. We do well with that, I think. I can't speak for everyone, but like when me and Tara and Hannah get together, we can brainstorm some things very well together. So I think I always try to check in with Tara about all kinds of things. Like, am I thinking right on this or?
No, you're right. And you do. But I want it official for our residents and taxpayers that this is kind of what we're looking for. And this is what we're approving as a board or giving our blessing. So.
I have more time now.
Well, that's it. I mean, you were on overload.
All those files in my file.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, really, Tara.
I mean, I'm now working on a town report.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I think, it's a necessary next step for us to continue to acquire the funding that we're pursuing. And we're going to be full steam ahead on this project. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination. There's still some serious legwork that needs to be done. I also want to let people know out there that this is going to end up being a town-wide collaborative project because we're going to ask for some town input on the recreation and management plan. Our road crew, our road foreman for the next phase on the road portion of it is going to be involved for an engineering portion. Our lister agent is involved in some appraisals and reappraisals and whatever we had. So this is not a select board only project. This is a collaborative effort by everyone involved. All pretty much all entities of our town government.
Yeah.
And our town personnel. So, which I think is a pretty cool, I got thinking about that. I didn't think about it earlier, Rebecca. I just think it's a pretty cool thing that we have all of our, all aspects of our town working on this together,
Yeah.
our boards and commissions, our residents and taxpayers, all the way around. I just think it's
It's
kind of
very
cool.
encouraging. It's very encouraging. I will say that.
So I think, are we good with that? Are you good? Are you comfortable now, with what you need?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna start looking it up and start talking to people. That's,
That's our next step. I mean,
Yep.
we're giving the board, I don't think we need to vote on anything. We're not spending any money at this point. We're not doing anything. We're just.
I'm keeping it in my hours. I'm not looking to go outside of what what you've budgeted
Right.
for me. So this is just part of my regular duties.
I think Bob had something.
Yeah, Bob?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Good. If we don't have anything else, move on to, ballot article, town meeting, frequently asked questions, discussion and work session.
So they're kind of one and the same. They're two different agenda items, but they're kind of the same because we mentioned doing an informational hearing or a public discussion of some kind revolving around the constable, but also other ballot article or frequently asked questions. So I guess first I just needed some more direction if you all wanted to come up with the frequently asked questions that are commonly asked at town meeting. I know what was asked last year because I rewatched the video on YouTube. It was rather painful, but I watched it again just to kind of give myself a head start on it. And Bob had mentioned the question that we always get about why the numbers don't match up. So I have that. And then the revolving loan program question you had. But if there are any others, start brainstorming those. And if you want to get on the same page as far as messaging, as far as the constable thing goes.
That's what I was looking at for dates. Did we set dates? We didn't set dates.
Have not set dates yet. And I'm hoping we can.
That's what I was looking at. For those-
She gets out the regular old calendar.
Hey,
I don't have it. I would rather have that because it's bigger and I don't have to go like this and squint and never put my glasses on, but then try to make it like huge.
And vote
Is,
here. Town meeting is the 6th.
yep.
So the town meeting day is the 6th. We vote the 7th of March. So.
Wouldn't you want it as close as possible so it refreshes people's?
Well, with that said though, early voting starts.
Oh, that's
I want
right.
to say it's like beginning of February. I mean, so mid-February, I think is
Good.
if we can stay
Yeah.
mid-February.
Well, I think, so,
Board meeting's the 9th, right?
Yes, yeah.
that's our next board.
9th and the
Yeah.
23rd.
And the 23rd.
February would be
And
right.
I think we should stay separate from our board meetings on those.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think we should just dedicate,
That we can give them more time focused on that.
that's right.
I'm also gonna suggest that we maybe try to get an ARPA meeting in before that, so we can discuss figures on what it would look like if we used ARPA funds to set up any sort of new positions or
So we
buying
should do that.
equipment or any of that kind of stuff
I agree. And I think we should do that first
before,
before we start the informational.
yes, I do too.
Okay.
We can schedule both. I think it'll help. our
minds think alike.
Also, to hear us discussing when we're gonna have these meetings and then they have a heads up.
So I think the ARPA one probably shouldn't be too long. So could we do that before our next regular board meeting or would you like that separate?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about the ARPA discussion? How quickly do you think you could be prepared for that?
Yeah, I could do that for the
Do you
next.
think before on the
Yeah.
9th that we could do it before our regular?
Because you're the one who's been doing all the research. That's why I'm asking you. And I look at Hannah because I'm not sure if she's been doing research on this or if it's been mostly you. So
I could do you wanna do an hour or a half hour before?
What do you think we need?
Probably an hour. Yeah, I hate to cut it short, so
I give yourself more time and then you're not rushed.
we'll do 5 PM,
5 o'clock special meeting,
5 special meeting on the 9th of February.
ARPA, yep.
Can you make that meeting, Bob, on the 9th?
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, Bob.
I just asked him to unmute.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. What time on the 9th?
5 o'clock for special meeting on February 9th.
If it's 5 o'clock, the best I can do is what I'm doing now, which will be Zoom.
Yeah, no.
That's fine.
That's
But
fine.
yeah, it looks like I can do it. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the one. Do the following week for the public information session or the,
So when do you think voting starts early voting?
I have it on the postcard.
Ballpark it.
It's February something.
Sorry.
I have to get it. It's right on my desk.
I think there's a significant number of people that start voting. Perfect. So if we did,
The 15th of February?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've always thought we should do information meetings before early voting starts.
so if we did an informational meeting on the 13th or the 14th,
Yep.
then there's really no reason that people aren't informed on
To start voting on.
to start voting. They can make informed decisions when they vote instead of just trying to guess.
Yeah,
So
say the 13th.
the 13th, that Monday night is a better option at 6 o'clock.
Is there gonna be any conflict?
6 or 7, depending on
We could do 7, you know, if we,
public. What do you think, Bob, for
Yeah.
a public meeting?
Public meeting, you're gonna get better participation, I think, at 7, because a lot of people are trying to get home
Okay,
after getting out at 5.
right, I was gonna go 6, but 7's fine.
13th, is
7's fine.
that good for you, G? Okay,
So we'll do an informational meeting, Bob, on the 13th at 7 o'clock for our first one. And then should we do the following Monday or should we do like the 27th?
you want to do 2 informational meetings?
I'm afraid that if we only do one, then somebody who can't make the 13th would
Okay, so they'll be basically the same.
almost the same type of thing.
Is that one of our holidays?
It might be
I can't remember.
What's that?
President's
the
Day.
20th.
The 20th is, I think, because that's when the school vacation is, right?
The following Monday, that's all
I was going to the 27th, Jamie.
oh, 27th, okay.
Right before town meeting and right before the week before, because I think Angie has a valid point there. It's really fresh in people's minds. But I think we cover both aspects of it. We get the early voters and then we get the town meeting and town voting day, people really fresh in their minds too.
Yeah,
So if we do the 13th and the 27th,
both at 7.
Sounds good.
both of them at 7 o'clock. Is that all right, Bob? Does that sound right to you?
That does sound right to me.
And then if everybody could just brainstorm questions you think we might get, I'll put them all together and make sure I share them with everybody, sort of our answers.
Those should come to the special meeting probably on the 9th. Because that way we can have those frequently asked questions prepared for the 13th and the 27th.
Okay,
I would think. Does that sound right?
I can put that on the agenda too.
And maybe if we, on the 13th and the 27th, and a townsperson or a taxpayer asks a question that we haven't discovered or thought of, we could write them up and have the answer and put,
The next meeting.
yes, and also have a couple copies at the school as people are walking in the door.
Print it out.
Yeah, just
like,
print it out.
At the top, we can put frequently asked
Maybe
questions.
that way they can answer their question before, and they don't have to stand up and ask or whatever if they don't want to, because a lot of people don't like to do that.
Good idea.
Are we going to be ready for voting here? I don't you know.
We're not, unfortunately. We are at the school for town meeting and at the firehouse for voting.
That's what I thought.
We might have been ready, but
It's going to be
if the
so
warnings and everything, you can't take a chance. You
Can't
just,
take a chance.
yeah.
That's what I thought. That's okay.
We had to make sure we were, yeah.
That's right. We're fine. We're fine.
One more time.
So we've actually done 8 and 9
Yeah,
together, which is totally fine. Are we Do we have any more discussion on those? Are you good? Are you, everything, we cover everything you wanted?
I feel like we are doing a great service for our citizens to be able to discuss that stuff before we
Yeah.
have those meetings.
Yeah, no, I think it's an awesome idea, and I'm glad we're doing it.
That's all
You have
I
anything
have.
more on that, Bob? Are you, good with that?
No, I think it's a great idea. I just, it's really is then there's no surprises at the town hall, or at the town meeting.
Yep.
It's people
You're gonna
need to
get-
think
We'll
about.
get surprises, Bob.
Well, we will get surprises, that's for sure. But even the two sessions is really good, because what's going to happen is some people are going to come to the first session. Other people are going to hear, I didn't hear about a session. Well, you're in luck. There's another one coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good. I think we're good.
Okay,
Um,
executive.
yeah, do we need an executive? Okay, all
Yeah.
right. So I'll entertain a motion to move to executive session for contract negotiation.
So moved.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Angie?
Aye.
Are we gonna be taking action after?
Possibly, but I don't think so, not yet.
Okay, with possible action. Angie?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. So we'll be in executive session.
Recording
I'll
in
entertain a
progress.
motion to come out of executive session, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Angie?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. There's no action to be taken on the executive session tonight. I'd like to open for public comment, Hannah.
There is nobody in bed, Kat.
I got a couple things here. Where is it? Do I get it right? Yes. February 4th to 23rd, or 2023, at 5:30 PM, doors open at the Pownal Elementary School for live pro wrestling thing. All proceeds go towards the PTG. And you can get tickets in advance for $20 and at the door for $25. Trying to see. Guess you contact the school and you can find out where you can get your tickets. I'm not seeing that on there. And the other thing, just for full transparency, I think the board ought to invite, because as of February 1st, the newly elected sheriff will be there in his position. He could come down and speak on the sheriff's department as far as contract or whatever. And if any of us have questions on, because I know a couple people mentioned things and there's been a lot of hearsay, but haven't seen any facts as far as things going on within the sheriff's department, so.
I think that, I'm not sure that's under public comment, Jamie. That should be a agenda item.
Well, I'm asking for it to be agenda item, I guess,
Well-
right?
You can put that on as an agenda item. It doesn't have to be me or Tara, anybody. You can add that as your own agenda item. And I think that's how it should be done, not under public comment.
Okay,
That's all.
so we'll add that as agenda item.
Yeah. So, you ask for an agenda item to be put on whenever you want it to be put on. And we'll go from there. And then, it's not for the board to make a decision on what agenda item should or should not happen. That's your, put it on there if you want, that's fine. We don't have a say in it.
Well, I'll reach out to him and see
Yeah.
which date for our two regular select board meetings.
Yeah, we don't have a say on, an agenda item as a board.
Just trying to,
I understand, but I don't think it's a public comment. I think if you want it as an agenda item, you just ask for it to be put there
all right.
as a board member.
If you want, just like if you CC me on the email or whatever to them and say, we'd like you to come, then I know.
I don't know his email yet.
Okay, well, I can help if you want to. Just let me know.
I've only ever called Chad on the phone, so
All right.
I don't know if this number's gonna be the same yet.
Okay. All right, well, just let me know.
Thank you.
No other public comment, Hannah?
Nope.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Any more discussion? All those in favor, Angie,
aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Thank you everyone for attending.
Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.